Hello and welcome to class 9th, subject English, book Beehive, poem 5, A Legend of the Northland by Phoebe Cary. A Legend of the Northland is a ballad. A ballad is a poem narrating a story in the short stanzas. Ballad is such kind of poem which tells a story in short stanzas, and in the poem all the stanzas comprise 4 lines. In total there are 16 stanzas in this poem, and these stanzas will tell us a story. Ballads are a part of folk culture or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to next generation. Folk culture is a story of any area and is known as ballad. Folk culture comprises of traditional stories which are passed on from one generation to the next generation. This is a this is of the Northland area. The story is of the Northland area, the area which is near to the North Pole. This exact place is not specified, but Northland means the area in the northmost part of the earth, is that near the North Pole. Legend means a historical story, one which is very old and has been passed on from generation to generation. Now, let's know about the poet. Phoebe Cary was an American poetess and the younger sister of poetess Alice Cary. The sister co-published poems in 1849 and then each went on to publish volumes of their own. After their death in 1871, joint anthologies of the sisters' unpublished poems were also compiled. Phoebe Cary, born on 4th September 1824 in Mount Healthy, Ohio, United States, and she died on 31st July 1871, Newport, Rhode Island, United States. Now students, let's start the poem by line reading and explanation. Please take your pen, pencil or copy for the important notes. This poem is a legend of an old lady who angered Saint Peter because of her greed. Okay, so now let's start. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. In the region around the North Pole, the Northland, the duration of the day is very less because its position is such that the sun's rays reach for a very less time. When this area is experiencing winter season, the duration of the night is very long and the daytime hours are very less. In the fourth line, they refers to the people who live in this region. The poet says that the duration of the night time is so long that the people cannot sleep them through. If they go to bed, take a few hours of sleep and then they wake up. It is still night time. He wants to emphasize on the fact that the duration of the night is very long. Where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear cubs in their funny furry clothes. Here, harness means to tie the reindeers with a rope to the sledge so that it can be used for transportation. Swift means something which runs very fast. Sledges means a vehicle on runners for conveying loads or passengers over the snow or ice, often pulled by draught animal. So, in the next stanza, the Northland region experiences severe cold conditions. In it is a snowy area. The reindeer is an animal which is found in this polar region. People tie the reindeers to sledges and then the reindeers pull the sledges. He adds that the children look like young ones of a bear because they wear funny looking clothes made up of fur, which is like the furry skinny skin of the bear of a bear. In the next stanza, they tell them a curious story. I don't believe this true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. Here, curious means strange story. In the third stanza, in first line, they refers to the parents of elders and them refers to the children or the younger generation. The elder of the Northland region tell a strange and interesting story to the younger generation. The poet says that he doesn't think that the story is true, but if he tells the story to the reindeer, maybe the reindeer could learn a lesson from it. The story gives an important message. Now, come to the fourth stanza, that is, once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it, preaching just as he did, you know. Here, Saint Peter is an apostole of Christ or the disciple or the follower of Jesus Christ. Preaching means to give a religious talk. In this stanza, the story is about a Saint Peter. When a Saint Peter used to live in the world and went around giving religious lectures to the people just like all saints do. Then an incident happened. In the fifth stanza, he came to the door of a cottage in traveling around the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. Here, hearth means fireplace where you do cooking. Okay, so in this stanza, when Saint Peter was moving around the world giving religious lectures to the people, he reached the door of a cottage where a small woman was making cakes. She was baking the cakes in the fireplace. And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done. For the day was almost done. He asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. Faint here means to be weak. Now, this is the sixth stanza of the poem, in which, as Saint Peter had not eaten anything the entire day, he was very hungry and was feeling weak. So, he went to this woman who was baking cakes and he asked for one cake out of the many cakes that she had baked. Now, in the seventh stanza, so she made a very little cake, but As it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. So the woman was very selfish. She did not give cake from her store. Instead, she started making a very small cake for Saint Peter. She did not want to share her things, but when she put the cake for baking, she looked at it and thought that this cake was too big to be given to someone. So she made a very little cake. Now, in the eighth stanza, therefore she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. So, in the eighth stanza, what she has done? The lady who was baking the cake, the little miser woman thought that the cake was too big to be given away. So she started making another smaller cake. When she looked at the cake, she again felt that it was as big as the previous one. Again, she was not ready to give this smaller cake to the Saint Peter. She was too greedy. So, students, I hope I have explained the 8 paragraphs of this poem. I hope you have understood. I am not explaining the figure of speeches in this video because in the second part at the last I will explain all the figure of speeches. So I hope you have understood the poem. If any doubt is there, you can go through the comment box and ask your doubts. Thank you.